Welcome to Bear Lake High School football, the new season for the Bear Lake Bears, the defending state champions. This is Jared Hillier.
And Tyler Goodmanson.
And Nate Matthews.
Tyler is joining us this year. He's taking the place of Lisa on the color, and we're excited to have Tyler on board with us. Nate will only be here for home games. He's got a big boy job now, moved to Logan.
You know, unfortunately, you can only put up with the talent for so long until
Anyway, we
it just
got
gets hard.
Football on the air. The Bear Lake Bears, I'm going to give a shout-out to the volleyball team, those we started our broadcast. Volleyball team over in Cokeville taking on, participating in, I should say, the Cokeville tournament to start the season. They picked up 2 big wins today. They beat Kemmer in 3 straight sets, and then they beat Lyman in 5 sets. So the Bear Lake Bears volleyball team picks up a couple of big wins to start the season. And hopefully the football team can follow suit. Bear Lake Bears, the defending state champions, obviously they lost a ton of seniors from last year, including 2A Player of the Year, quarterback Tayson Neal. They graduated. In fact, Tayson is on an LDS mission right now. And Keaton Carlson and Tyler Beresford and Brady Shaw, among others, moving on. And in the house tonight, Keaton and Tyler, but they're not in uniform because they graduated. Walker Pelto, Ethan Thornton, all big contributors last year, and I'm sure I'm forgetting even more, have all moved on. They're seniors that graduated. And so Bear Lake Bears kind of going to have a new look this year. Rhett Lloyd is going to start as quarterback. Rhett was a wide receiver last year on that state championship team. Returning is also Bryson Crane and Toby Flake are the names that you heard a lot last year that you're going to hear a whole lot of this year. In fact, Toby Flake was ranked as the #1 special teams player returning in all of 2A. So some accolades preseason for Toby Flake. And Bryson Crane was your 2A Player of the Year for the state tournament last year in basketball. And he had some huge plays, in fact, game-winning plays against Westside in the semifinals of the state football championship. So several key contributors back for the Bear Lake Bears, but they are going to miss a lot. Joe Garbett, another one that I almost forgot. And his dad's sitting 2 feet from me, and I almost forgot him as part of last year's team, and I'm sure I'm still forgetting more. But should be a new look, and Bears come into the season, according to the media poll, still ranked #1 in the state. And I don't know if that's just respect for how they finished last year, or if it's respect for how they finished last year mixed with a little bit of expectations and some high hopes with what they've got coming back. But they enter the season ranked #1 in the state. And this is going to be a huge test for them because the North Fremont Huskies come in ranked #4 in the state. Other games going on around the area, there's some big ones that interest those of us here in Bear Lake. First of all, American Falls and Aberdeen going on. Malad taking on Lyman. The reason that interests us, Bear Lake Bears will be in Lyman next Friday, 2 o'clock kickoff, early one from Lyman, Wyoming. And so we'll get a chance to see how we kind of compare with Malad, the team that we're going to have to beat later on in the season. Soda Springs playing Ryrie tonight. And then another big game, 2 versus 3. This is 1 versus 4 here, 2 versus 3, Firth and Westside. The team we beat in the semifinal and the team we beat in the final last year at the state championship, they're taking on each other. This is the second year in a row they've started the season playing each other. Westside won last year. Let's see if Firth can return the favor. And I'm sure that Westside will be out for revenge this year. Speaking of revenge, let's get back to this game. This is a chance for Bear Lake to get revenge. The Bear Lake Bears had 1 loss on the season last year, and it was to these North Fremont Huskies. So I'm sure the Bears will be out to prove that game was a fluke. Bears had it 1st and goal on the 3-yard line late in that game. Could not punch it in. North Fremont got the win. North Fremont was ranked #1 in the state most of the season until they lost to Firth late in the year.
Well, if you're Bear Lake, you've got to think that game was kind of a one-off way to finish. I mean, you had North Fremont right where you wanted, and the end of the game just didn't go the way you wanted it to. Came down to the last few plays, and North Fremont made a great defensive stand. I think Bear Lake comes into this game with a chip on their shoulder. I mean, this is the one team that stopped you from a completely undefeated season. And I think they're going to come into this game aggressive and try to strike early.
I would agree. And the thing that's, I will say, looking back on that game a year ago, I think that was one of those that you're going to say was a good loss. If there is such a thing, I don't know. I think maybe the team played the rest of the season with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and it turned out to be maybe a good thing that they lost that first game, if there is such a good thing.
Well, and I mean, I think this season's a season full of question marks, obviously. I mean, your whole offensive, especially on the offensive side of the ball, you lose a lot of seniors last year coming into this year. Still ranked number 1, but I still think a lot of the returning seniors and a lot of the returning players are going to come in with an underdog mentality. I think a lot of people will write this team off as a team that's not supposed to go back-to-back. And, I mean, as players, you're going to want to prove those people wrong. So I think they're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder in every game. They've got to have an underdog mentality this season because there's a huge question mark on this team. See if they can repeat.
So let's just talk about some of the players that are worth mentioning, the newcomers that you're going to hear a lot tonight. Dylan Pugmire, you heard his name a little bit towards the end of the season last year. He did get on the field. He's going to be one of the featured players out there this year as we watch the warm-ups. He's out there a lot. You're also going to see Levi Stonehouse. You're going to see him out there. He's running in a lot of the routes right now. In fact, he's just catching a pass in the end zone as we speak. Other players that are running out there, Rhett Lloyd wearing number 1. We expected to see him. And then number 23, Martin Gonzalez. Actually, number 22, sorry, Martin Gonzalez. They're really high on Martin. He's a quick, fast kid moving up to the varsity level this year. He's going to play some running back. So those are the names that you expect to hear on the offensive side of things as far as the skills positions. We'll give the linemen a shout-out as things go on and we get to see them throughout the game. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of the pregame show right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Wherever your outdoor adventure takes you, stop first at You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier. Phillips 66 helps you live to the full on your next off-road adventure, fishing trip, or the next time you go hunting, camping, or hiking. And at You Save, you'll find so much more than fuel. Fill up on all the snacks and drinks that you need for the entire trip. That's You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier, where it's your convenience, our pleasure.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that. When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on SVI Media is made possible by Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Here to help, Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And You Save Phillips 66. Live life to the full.
And Caden Anderson. Welcome back to the pregame show. Insert your sponsorship logo here, pregame show. So if you want to sponsor, give us a call. Contact us. And captains out at center field for the coin toss. Looks like the North Fremont Huskies will be going east to west. They will receive. Bear Lake will kick to start the game. Jed Hill, their quarterback. Carson Bond, running back. Cutler Bowman, a tight end. And Tayson Gunnell, an offensive lineman. The captains for North Fremont. Bear Lake trots out Hoyt Johnson returning on the offensive line. Toby Flake Bryson Crane, and Rhett Lloyd, who we've already mentioned were the captains for the Bear Lake Bears. Hoyt was a big part of last year's state championship team on that line, so good to have him back out there. So Bears will start by kicking off, and we'll get started here in just a couple minutes, about 4 minutes left on the clock. Beautiful night for football. In fact, if anything, a little bit warm up here in the booth.
I mean, we won't be complaining about that by the end of the season when it's 25 degrees. You got to look forward to these games. Nice 75 degrees at kickoff. Can't beat it.
I don't know what I was thinking. I brought a jacket.
The North Fremont Huskies in their road white uniforms, white tops, white pants, trimmed in purple and black with, is that a matte purple helmet? It's hard to tell from up here.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And the Bear Lake Bears in their home blue uniforms with gray pants, trimmed in the blue stripes down the pants, white numerals on the uniforms, brand new silver helmets. Not all the helmets are brand new, but they have to have them reconditioned. They're all repainted. They look nice with their numerals in blue on their helmets. The Bear Lake Bears look sharp to start the season. Lefty quarterback, Rhett Lloyd is a lefty. And so that's going to be a change. Very athletic young man. Big part of last year's state championship. We're excited to see him move over to the quarterback position. And I'm sitting by two lefties, so
that's what we like to see, man. Left-handed people deserve love too.
And if you follow basketball, North Fremont, you recognize the name Hill. Jed Hill is the son of their head coach, and he's one of the stars of the basketball team. And last year, we lost one football game all year. It was to North Fremont. We lost one basketball game in 2A, and it was to North Fremont.
And what's even crazier is tonight's football score might be the same as this year's basketball score with how North Fremont plays the game.
Actually,
wait, they can't do
shot
that
clock.
with the shot clock.
Yes,
okay, never mind. We're in great condition this year to maybe see like 40 points from North Fremont.
You're referring to the COVID Classic that ended 28-27.
That was hands down one of the
worst
longest
football
games
in the history of football. Basketball.
It was hands down one of the craziest games we've ever seen. It was just stand at midcourt, hold the ball. 5 minutes later, maybe shoot. I don't know.
So speaking of scoring, there wasn't a whole lot of it in the JV game. It ended with a final score of Bear Lake 6, North Fremont 0. North Fremont had a first and goal 3 or 4 times in the game and could not punch it in. The Bear Lake defense stood up every time when it got down to crunch time. They were inside the 20 6 or 7 times. They had a first and goal, so inside the 10 on at least 3 occasions, could not score. The Bears really had just one good offensive series, but that's all it took. About a 40-yard scamper on a sweep by Salerno. Drove the ball into down inside the 10-yard line, and freshman quarterback Jack Hume punched it in for the only score of the game.
A lot of great defensive stands for the Bear Lake defense. A lot of pride on the defensive side of the ball today. Gritty win, not a high-scoring game, but very action-packed with multiple stops inside the 10-yard line.
It was fun to watch. Meanwhile, you talk about North Fremont's basketball not being an offensive powerhouse, winning on their defense. That's how they win football games. They're a grinded-out team. They run a lot of, I guess you'd call it kind of a wing option type game where most the time they're packed in the wing tee where they run everything up the middle, or a variation of that where they run sweeps occasionally, but they are a running team primarily, probably not more than half a dozen passes in that JV game total, and those were always on 4th and long or at the end of the game where they were trying to punch it in to get that game tying score.
Just a running team that's really phenomenal at clock management too, well coached at that, running the play clock down as much as they can. They want to win the time of possession game. They're going to want the ball in their hands as much as they can have it tonight. So we'll see how it goes tonight.
That should be a contrasting style. The Bear Lake Bears, they spread 2 wide receivers to each side on almost every play with just a single running back, whereas the North Fremont Huskies pack it in and run the wing tee option on pretty much every play with the quarterback keeping the ball quite a bit. Contrasting styles for this first game of the year. Well, it's time for our national anthem because it's hard to see and hard to hear from us inside the booth. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course. You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Welcome back to Bear Lake High School football. First game of the season, Bear Lake Bears hosting the North Fremont Huskies. And the Huskies coached by Ben Lentz, Shannon Hill. Shannon Hill is their head basketball coach. Blake Bowman and Jim Jorgensen. And the Bear Lake Bears coached by Ryan Messerly, Nate Withridge, Cameron Crane, Rob Pelto, Dylan Johnson, Chris Clausing, Trevor Neal, Nate Anderson, Mason Garbett, and Houston Reynolds helping out this year. And so that's your coaching staff for this Bear Lake Bears, of course, returning state champions.
And Houston Reynolds, a great addition to this coaching staff, former offensive lineman at BYU. Comes from a football family. His father's a longtime head coach at BYU. Great addition to the Bear Lake football family.
A couple brothers that played in the NFL. He probably would have had an NFL career had it not been for an Achilles injury, and he's the new doctor in the Valley. So shout out to Houston Reynolds. So we're ready for some football kicking off for the Bear Lake Bears. It is Toby Flake. I already mentioned him. He's the returning 2A Special Teams Player of the Year according to the preseason media poll, and he'll be kicking deep. They've got three guys back there. It's number 22. That is Carson Bond. Oh, sorry. Owen Reed is 22. Carson Bond is back there, number 21. And in the middle, I believe that is number 1, Roy Wynn.
That's what it looks like to me.
And Flake high and deep, and it's going to be a touchback. If it crosses the end line, it's a touchback. Wow.
What a way to start off a season. You kick that thing all the way back there, get the touchback. You put your defense in a great position. This is awesome.
That's why he was the 2A Player of the Year in special teams as far as returning special teams players. That was better than most of his kickoffs last year because a lot of his touchbacks last year were line drives. That was high and deep. That was a great kick.
I've actually seen worse kicks in the NFL off of kickoffs, Jared. That was crazy to start the season.
All right, here we go. Quarterback Hill under center. Single wide receiver, and quarterback just hits the first guy through the hole. That's number 21. Carson Bond. He's tackled by number 5 for the Bear Lake Bears. And that is Dylan Pugmire, who I mentioned in the pregame show. And so 2nd down and 5, gain of 5.
Yeah, just like you guys were talking about earlier in the pre-show. They just pack it in there tight, came right off that tackle there, and picked up a pretty nice gain right there.
2nd down and 5, wing T formation, single wide out once again. Hill will be under center, 2 running backs in the backfield behind him. And this time, he's a quarterback keeper. He runs the option, fakes the pitch, and cuts it back in the middle. He's still on his feet. He's going to gain 5 yards, breaking several tackles. I think they're going to give him 6 and give him the first down. So first down and 10, just barely across the 30-yard line. So it is just a 5-yard gain, but it is still enough for first down.
Yeah, he looked like he slipped there a couple times, and he was able to weasel his way right out of there and get the first down.
Several Bear Lake Bears had a chance to hit him, but nobody could bring him down. Rhett Lloyd finally finished him off. Here is Hill back under center, same formation. Here's the snap. He keeps it. Hill pulls it out of the stomach of his running back, keeps it himself for 5 yards. So 5 yards per play right now. Dylan Pugmire again on the tackle.
Yeah, that defensive line needs to start making a surge, getting the offensive line back on their heels, because they're just kind of being pushed whichever way the offensive line wants them to go.
And it's this the offense is not complicated unless you're trying to make the tackle. And when he has that option of either giving it to the running back, or if he doesn't like what the running back has, keeping it himself, it does make it difficult. It's assignment football is what you stop this kind of offense. Hill again under center, second down and 4. Here's the snap. He keeps it himself, pitches it now out wide, and that's going to go for about 9 yards. Bond on the carry. He picks up 9. He's nearing midfield to the 44.
Yeah, nothing too wild and crazy. Just a lot of misdirections. Little, fake it here, pitch it here, maybe keep it here, but it's effective.
Yeah, those misdirections, it's hard. If you run it well, if you've seen Aberdeen's offense, you've seen this offense. They run the same thing. Again, Hill under center, wide receiver to the far side, and give is to Bond right up the middle. Goes over the left side to the, kind of bounces it a little bit left to the 50-yard line. Gain of 6. They've gained at least 5 yards on every play. 5, 5, 6, 9, 6, just effectively moving the ball down the field. What it does also is it eats clock. They keep the ball for quite a bit of time. They eat clock. We're already 3 minutes into the game. They just barely got it to midfield. Bears have yet to touch the football. And it does make for a quick game. Second down and 4. Hill under center. Here's the snap. Back to pass this time, rolling out to his right. Good contain. I think he's going to keep it. And he gets up the sideline. Let's see where they say he stepped out of bounds. It looks like back at midfield is where they're going to mark him. No gain. So good contained by the Bears. They forced him out of bounds. He was tackled clear down by the 40, but he actually stepped out of bounds back at the 50. So third down and 4.
Yeah, that was great on the Bear Lake defense side. The corners, safeties back there, they had everything covered. He had nowhere to go. They kept contained. I mean, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to see on plays like that.
First third down of the game facing the Huskies. 3rd and 4 from the 50-yard line. Hill, same formation, just the one running wide receiver off to the far side. And he's going to give it. Nope, keep it. And breaks a tackle. He's going to pick up the first down. He's down to about the 41, so a gain of 9. So they'll give him the first down. They mark him with a gain of 8. The ball will be at the 42.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought that defensive end had him, but that offensive lineman sealed him up pretty good, got a hand on him, and just slipped away.
Only able to reach out and grab for some jersey, which is enough to slow him down, but not make the tackle, and he slipped away for the first down. 8-yard gain, and it will be 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Hill has got Bond and Marshall as his running backs. Here's the snap, and Give is on the misdirection to the wing, and he's into the secondary. Going to be brought down. I think that's Rhett Lloyd finally bringing him down, but he's down to the 25-yard line, gain of 17, and that was Roy Wynn on the carry.
It's a lot of time taken off the clock, a lot of touches, a lot of just grinding it out kind of football. The Bears are going to have to get back on their toes.
So 25-yard line, 1st and 10, 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Hill under center. This North Fremont team has had the ball the entire quarter. And give up the middle. And gain of 7. Martin, the ball carrier. Gain of 7 on first down, 2nd and 3. Only 1 third down so far for Bear Lake. This North Fremont ball team just grinding it out on this first offensive possession.
Yeah, and a lot of just repeats of plays over and over and over again.
and every play looks the same. He puts the ball in the stomach of the running back every play. Sometimes he takes it out and runs the option. Sometimes he lets him have it. That time he lets him have it. That's Bond on the carry. And gain of 6 more. So 1st and 10 Huskies. They're inside the 15. Looks like about the 13-yard line. So the 1st and 10 inside the red zone on their first possession, just marching down the field. Bears have only even forced a single 3rd down. Everything's been a 1st down. They've either got the 1st down in just 2 plays or sometimes on just 1st down, picking it up on their own.
Yeah, they're really moving the ball well.
Hill under center, same formation. Power to the near side this time, and he gives it to Wynn again on the sweep. It's forced up the middle, and he slips. That's number 66 for Bear Lake, forcing the ball carrier inside, and that is Titan Early, and he slipped down after a short gain. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be a gain of just 3, short 3 to the 10-yard line. That's the shortest gain they've had other than the one that they were thrown down for no gain. Early did a good job of keeping contained and forcing the running back into the middle where he had help. He slipped down trying to make his cut. 2nd down and 7. Hill under center and gives to Bond. That time short gain. He's hit quickly. And it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, there's a lot of nerves, right? This is their first game. Bear Lake's just trying to get things figured out. But the last couple plays here, you've seen some good things. You've seen the guy contain on the end, and then a defensive tackle right there. I mean, just filled his hole and prevented a big gain.
Dawson Smith making the stop right there. 3rd down and 3, just the second 3rd down opportunity of the game. Hill under center and whistles before the snap. I think they're going to have to make a substitution. I think his helmet came off maybe. So it was a dead ball, and they made the lineman on the far side. That's the tackle they forced to go out of the game. So here we go, 3rd down and 3 play coming up as they come back to the line on the far end of the field. And Hill's just going to keep it straight up the middle. He's hit. I think he is going to get the 1st down. It's going to be close, though. They are going to say 1st down. They're going to give him the 3 yards he needed. It'll be 1st and goal. Hit big right there at the end, but he got enough. And that was Kason Warner coming up to make the big hit, but he got just enough. 1st and goal.
Yeah, it's where Bear Lake's going to have to really step up right here and make a stand.
And this is where in the JV game, the Bear Lake defense seemed to come alive. And so let's see if they can do it right here. His Hill comes under center. 1st down and goal. First possession of the game. And it's blown dead, and there's a flag down. And I think it's going to be a false start. 5-yard penalty moves him back. Now 1st and goal from the 8 is a little bit harder than 1st and goal from the 3.
Absolutely. I'll take that any day.
And this quarter is 2/3 over, and there's only 4:15 left on the clock. Bear Lake yet to have the ball on offense. I guess the best defense sometimes is a good offense. If the other team doesn't have the ball, they can't score. Here we go, 1st and goal from the 8. Option pitch. He falls down, gets back up, doesn't quite go to his knees. Short gain. Hoyt Johnson on the tackle of the quarterback. And they're going to give him about 3 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5.
From the 5-yard line.
So 2nd and goal, 5-yard line. Hill getting the play from the sideline. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Hill taking his time, getting under center. Here's the snap. Give it to Bond. No, he keeps it. Hill keeps it good. Contain that time. He's not going to get far. Oh, got closer to the end zone than I thought, but they do keep him out. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1.
This is a big 3rd down right here. I mean, you just got to tighten up, and they're starting to look, Bear Lake's defense really starting to look good and starting to try to figure out this North Fremont offense just a little bit.
So 3rd and goal, big play here. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Bears would love to get a stop right here. And here we go. Hill under center. Here's the snap. Give us to Bond. He's into the end zone, touchdown. So Bond on that little play where he goes just left of the center into the end zone for the 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot, right? Just like you were saying earlier, the quarterback gets to decide: does he keep it, does he give it? And the hole was there. He gave it to his running back, and that's all she wrote.
16-play drive that took 9 minutes 13 seconds off the clock to start the game. Bear Lake yet to touch the football, and here's the extra point try. They're going to go for 2, so Hill will be under center. Here's the snap. Give is to Bond. This time he's going to sweep, and he's going to be held short. No good. So Bryson Crane makes the tackle, and the score, North Fremont 6, Bear Lake 0. We'll come back with the kickoff after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital.
Wherever your outdoor adventure takes you, stop first at You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier. Phillips 66 helps you live to the full on your next off-road adventure, fishing trip, or the next time you go hunting, camping, or hiking. And at You Save, you'll find so much more than fuel. Fill up on all the snacks and drinks that you need for the entire trip. That's You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier, where it's your convenience, our pleasure.
Ammon, sorry, Nate, you got to tell me these things. I'm back on the air, and I'm just thinking out loud. Ammon Topham back deep with number 11, Levi Stonehouse. Actually, no, that's Flake, not Topham, back deep for Bear Lake. Not sure who's going to kick it yet, as they're still in a huddle at midfield are the Huskies. And it looks like it is their running back, Roy Wynn. It's kind of the wing back. He's the one that spread out wide most of the time. Gets a good foot into it. It's going to go to Flake, and he takes it just short of the end zone, brings it out. He's got a hole. If he can get to the sideline, no, he can't. Good open field tackle. Flake had some running room if he would have got around the end. Instead, he's tackled at the 17-yard line.
That was a great open field tackle. For a second there, you get a glimmer of hope that he sees all that green grass, and he broke down, did what he's supposed to do.
So quarterback Jed Hill makes the tackle in the open field. Flake's got a lot of speed. If he could have got around the end right there, that could have been an exciting play to get Bear Lake right back in it. So Rhett Lloyd, the quarterback, will bring the Bears to the line. Near side receivers are going to be Crane and Pugmire. On the far side, it's Flake and Stonehouse. In the backfield is Gonzalez. In motion comes Stonehouse. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper to Rhett Lloyd on the high snap. Just takes it up the middle. Short gain. He's going to gain 3. We'll call it 3 out to the 20-yard line for Toby Flake. I'm not sure if that was a design quarterback keeper on the first play or if he just saw the high snap and decided to go with it because it threw the timing off. But Flake goes up the middle for long 2, short 3.
I will say this, it was a good snag.
Could have been a devastating way to start. So Stonehouse and Flake to the far side again. And this time 2 running backs in the backfield as Pugmire moves in. And all alone on the near side is Crane. Handoff is to Gonzalez. He's not going to go anywhere. In fact, might lose half a yard.
Handoff goes to Gonzalez.
Snap was much better that time.
No gain on play, 3rd down and 8.
We're going to say no gain. And 3rd down and long early on for the Bear Lake Bears. Would hate to have to punt it away on their first possession after that long drive.
Yeah, that defense has got to be gassed in a lot of different ways. I mean, most of these guys are playing both sides of the ball anyway, but that was a long drive.
I mean, Bear Lake's this will be their 3rd offensive snap, and there's a minute left in the first quarter.
So Gonzalez, the lone running back in the backfield, off the right hip of Lloyd. Here's the snap. Lloyd back to pass. Lefty launches it. Gets it to Flake. Flake Breaking tackles, he's gone. He's got an escort. It's going to be an 80-yard touchdown. Toby Flake to the house.
Wow.
Rhett Lloyd's first pass as a high school quarterback is an 80-yard touchdown to Toby Flake.
What a dime.
Flake got hit as he caught the ball. Two other guys had a chance. Wow. Toby Flake taking it to the house. Great pass.
Great pass, great run after the catch. You know, as you mentioned, he got hit a couple times and just kept going. What an athletic play.
By the 40-yard line, about the 50-yard line, he had an escort. It was him, 5 yards, 3 Bear Lake players, and then North Fremont that was trying to pursue. 2-point attempt. Here we go. Lloyd. Snap is fumbled. Pugmire picks it up. No good. So 6-6 after the extra points. No good. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
All right, we're back. Bear Lake High School football on the air, 6-6. I told you pregame it was the contrasting offenses. Tyler, what do you think about that?
Holy cow. I mean, what you said, Bear Lake had the ball for like a minute and 48 seconds, something like that. And North Fremont had it for 9:13. Like, holy cow.
Bear Lake went 80 yards in one play on third down. Toby Flake in the open field. Toby now set to kick off for the Bears. He's got to be gassed after running that touchdown.
I'm just so proud of Athletic Director Jared Hillier for replacing all the lights on the scoreboard. Now you can tell the difference between the 6 and the 8. I mean, winning a state championship will do some great things for a community, but this just blessed us all. Thank you so much, Athletic Director Jared Hillier.
Toby Flake set to kick off. Touchback on the first one. This one is going to be just short of the end zone, taken at the 4-yard line by Bond, and he's going to make it out to the 25. Martin Gonzalez making the tackle at the 25. Bond with a 20-yard return.
Gonzalez was flying on that one. He locked in on him, and he did not move his head at all. He knew what he wanted.
You're going to see this year, all of us are going to see Martin. He's got a lot of speed. Bear Lake, that's the thing. You get Toby Flake out there who can absolutely fly. Gonzalez can fly, and obviously Bryson Crane. So we got a lot of speed. Get the skill players in the open field, and they can do a lot of damage, as you saw Flake do. So here we go. Under a minute left to go in the first quarter, and North Fremont back to pass, and it's going to be hit as he throws long ball down the field. Incomplete. Pressure put on in the backfield by Dylan Pugmire, just off the hands of the wide receiver. He was open, but he dropped it. That was Cutter Bowman, the tight end.
That pressure sure helped, I'm sure, as that ball was kind of released as he was hit as he was throwing it.
I mean, and it was a dime too. It was right on the mark. We sent the blitz, almost paid for it, but thankfully the receiver dropped it.
Just a little bit over his outstretched hands. He was kind of stumbling, trying to catch up to it. 43 seconds left in the quarter. 2nd down and 10 as the incomplete pass. And Hill will be under center on 2nd and 10.
I'm surprised. Are you?
Yeah, this offense, it's like Novocaine. Give it long enough, it'll work. Bond is going to pick up 5 yards. Nice tackle on the play. Anderson on the tackle. And it's 3rd and 5. Ball right at the 30-yard line.
Is this the third down I think they've had?
Yep, they only had 2 third downs on that opening drive, and were able to punch it in. Maybe 3, because I think the touchdown was on 3rd and goal. So I think they had 3 third downs is all. And we're nearing the end of the first quarter. They might not get it off. Just 5 ticks left on the clock as they come to the line. And I think they're going to let it tick off. They called a timeout.
With 2 seconds left on the clock.
2 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout taken on the field.
Not sure why they would do that.
They must have something up their sleeve.
We'll take a 30-second break and be right back on the SVI Sports Network.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on SVI Media is made possible by Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Here to help. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Lenhard Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And you save Phillips 66. Live life to the full.
Third down and 5 as we come back to live action. 2 seconds left. That's going to be the end of the first quarter as Hill's back to pass. Looking. He's going to get it away. Incomplete down the sideline and a late hit.
Oh.
I think they're going to say roughing the passer.
Last play of the quarter.
That's a shame because they had him. You know, they were containing him really well. It's a 3rd and 5. That would have been 4th down and 5, and the Bears could have been in a really good situation there. But
I don't know. That's what they're going to call unsportsmanlike conduct against Bear Lake. So it's too bad because you're right. It would have been the stop that would have forced a punt to start the second quarter. Instead, it's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. So they'll have the ball at the 45-yard line. It's the end of the first quarter, but you can't end a quarter on a penalty. So
here we go.
We'll have one more play, one untimed down to end the quarter. And 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Oh, they are going to end the quarter on it. Maybe because it's not the end of the half. Maybe it's just the half you can't end on a penalty. But here we go. Personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct to end the first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter in 30 seconds on the SVI Sports Network.
Wherever your outdoor adventure takes you, stop first at You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier. Phillips 66 helps you live to the full on your next off-road adventure, fishing trip, or the next time you go hunting, camping, or hiking. And at You Save, you'll find so much more than fuel. Fill up on all the snacks and drinks that you need for the entire trip. That's You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier, where it's your convenience, our pleasure.
1st and 10 for the North Fremont Huskies as we come back to a second quarter action following that unfortunate penalty on the Bears to end the quarter.
Yeah, that is a very, very unfortunate penalty.
Would have been 4th down and 5. Huskies potentially punting situation. Instead, they are going to have 1st and 10. They scored on their first possession, as did the Bears. Here they go on the second possession of the game for the Huskies. First possession of the second quarter, obviously, Hill will give to Bond, and he's going to go right up the middle and pick up 9 on 1st and 10. 9-yard gain for Bond.
Once again, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again and probably will as we keep going, but nothing really special about that. Gave it to him right up the middle.
So one penalty in the first quarter was all that was called. That was a 5-yard penalty on North Fremont. One penalty on Bear Lake, one in the first quarter, a 15-yarder to end the quarter. 2nd and 1, Hill under center and gives it to Bond. And Bond gets the
ball carrier again.
2-yard gain.
That's what it looks like.
So one side of the 45-yard line to the other side of the 45-yard line. He'll be at the 44 after the 2-yard. I think maybe trying to decide which officials they're going to go with on the spot. One of them has it as a 2-yard gain. One has it a 3-yard gain. Let's see where they.
Do they know that they're not lining up?
I'm not sure they do. We're going to say 2-yard gain. Either way, it's 1st down and 10 for the Huskies, 44-yard line. They got to get to the Bear Lake 33. And the pitch, the lay pitch, and he spins out of one tackle. That's number 34. Martin is the carrier. He spins out of a tackle and pick up of 5?
5-yard gain on the
Would have been a short gain when we tackled him when the Bears first hit him.
Well, you got to hand it to North Fremont. You know, they never stop turning their legs, and they've had several plays just like that where the Bears think they have him, and they don't. He just keeps turning those legs, and he picks up those extra 2, 3, 4, 5 yards. Just keeps turning.
2nd down and 5. 10:25 left in the first half. Both teams scored a touchdown on their first possession, and that's all each team had in the first quarter was one possession. And Hill keeps it, and he's drugged down after a 4-yard gain. Bryson Crane came in to clean him up. Hoyt Johnson, another Bear Leg Bear, in on that tackle. But it's going to be a 4-yard gain, 3rd down and 1. Only their 4th third down of the game.
4th.
And they converted the other 3. One of them was a touchdown. This one's a short, well, actually short 2 yards almost. They got to go about 5 feet to get this first down. As the ball is almost at the 45-yard line, they got to get to just short of the 43 for the first down. Hill under center, and he'll give it to Bond, and Bond's going to go for 5 yards.
Almost too easy. Quick, it was there, it was open.
That's been about their most effective play.
Oh, by far.
Is that quick hitter to Bond. He goes for 7 yards. And another first down for the Huskies down to the 28-yard line. Bears defense has got to find a solution. Otherwise, this is going to turn into whoever has the ball last kind of football game. Hill under center. Here's the snap. Give is to the first man through, and he's going to go. Touchdown. That is number 34 this time. That is Andrew Martin. He goes 28 yards, almost untouched.
Yeah, same play, just other side of the line. And he found his lane. And
every single snap, Martin and Bond line up behind the center, right behind the quarterback. And this time he just turned the other way. He's usually turning to his left and giving it to Bond. This time he turned to his right. Other way around. He usually turns to his right and gives it to Bond. This time he turned to his left and gave it to Martin. And he hit the opposite hole, caught the Bear Lake Bears off guard, 28-yard touchdown. This was a much shorter drive. This one only took 4 minutes.
Yeah, that last run was a good one.
And in the end zone, 2-point conversion is good. Bond on the conversion, it's 13-6. Bears trail the Huskies. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Hill set to kick off. Flake and Stonehouse set to return for the Bear Lake Bears. Time of possession, 13 minutes and 13 seconds so far in the game for the North Fremont Huskies. 1 minute, 48 seconds for the Bear Lake Bears. Bears have run 3 plays.
I mean, we talked about ball control early on in this game. North Fremont's a team that likes to, take the air out of the ball in football and basketball. But that 13-1 is a pretty crazy number.
And this much shorter kickoff this time. Flake's going to take it around the 11-yard line. And he's going to cut it up the middle, try to get back to the outside, loses footing. They're going to mark him down. Let's see, 24, 25-yard line. There's a scramble for the football. They marked him down before the fumble. So all the scrambling around there for naught. It's Bear Lake football.
Fortunate on that, he was down, but protect that rock, man.
They're going to put the ball at the 24-yard line. So nobody's really had good field position in this game. The kickers have done their job. Bear Lake starting position, the 17, now the 24. North Fremont, the 20 and 25. So Lloyd in his career is 1 for 1 for an 80-yard touchdown.
Let's do it again.
I mean, statistically, that's really good, Jared.
Three wide receivers.
If we could go 2 for 160 and 2 touchdowns, that'd be pretty crazy.
Stonehouse in motion. He'll take the pitch. Coming around the left side. He's got a blocker. He's going to pick up some positive yardage. Drug down from behind by number 59 for the defense. That's Warnke. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Nothing too crazy about that. He had a block, but North Fremont read that defense or that offense very well as they kind of came around and they were right there.
So the Bears started with 3 wide receivers, put 1 in motion. That's the man they pitched it to. They'll go with the same formation again. Toby Flake, the lone wide receiver on the near side. Gonzalez off the right hip of the quarterback. Lloyd, who's in pistol. Back to pass. Gets it to Bryson Crane. He's going to go for 9 yards.
Bryson Crane out across the 35-yard line.
Across the 35, call it the 36 for a 9-yard catch.
catch.
So Flake 2 for 2.
First down.
First down of the season. That's a Phillips 66 U-Save. First down. And when you score an 80-yard touchdown on your first drive, you don't have too many first down opportunities. But that is Bryson Crane's first catch of the season. He goes for 9 yards in the first down. 2 wide receivers to either side. Gonzalez off the right hip of Lloyd. Back to pass. Lefty going long. He's got a man there. Dylan Pugmire just over his head, out of bounds. And incomplete. First incomplete pass of his career.
Yeah, it was just beyond his fingertips there as he was running down there. North Fremont's defensive line really got a surge on that offensive line, and the pocket was closing quick, so you got to get rid of it quick.
And maybe just overthrew him just a bit. Pugmire stretched out at the end, couldn't catch up to it. 2nd down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Bears can't afford a quick turnover here, as they already trail by 14-6. That was a 2-point conversion, so me saying 13-6 was inaccurate before the break. Here we go. Lloyd has got 2 wide receivers to either side. Gonzalez now off his left hip. Man in motion. That's Pugmire. Give is to Pugmire up the middle. He's going to bounce it out and be drugged down from behind. Still on his feet, but his forward progress was stopped. He loses 6, back to the 30.
Yeah, there was nothing there.
Did not fool the defense at all. On 3rd down and 16 coming up. Oh, forward progress they're going to say was up at the 33, so only a 3-yard loss, not a 6-yard loss. But still, 3rd and 13.
Long.
You're against the chains. So here we go. Crane and Pugmire to the far side. Flake and Stonehouse to the near side. Gonzalez, the running back, off the right hip. I'm sure this is a passing situation. Gonzalez will be in there to block. Here's the snap to Lloyd. Back to pass. Gets it away. Flake in double coverage, and he gets tackled. They got to say that's uncatchable because he is tackled before the ball ever gets there. But the ball was thrown about 10 yards beyond him. He was in double coverage. Great defense there by North Fremont.
I mean, great defense, but they're kind of tugging there and pushing and tackling a little bit. But yeah, probably the wrong read there.
Yep, Flake was double covered and ball was well overthrown. So first punt of the game likely coming up here for the Bear Lake Bears, as it's 4th and 13. And Bears lost about half a yard on that spot on an incomplete pass. Roy Wynn.
It's a new rule, didn't you know?
Roy Wynn back to kick this one away, receive this punt. Flake will kick it away. Here's the snap. Flake gets a good foot into it. It's a low end-over-end kick. It's going to take a Bear Lake bounce. And still bouncing. It's going to go clear inside the 20. And down, going to be down at the 19-yard line. From the 32 to the 19, that is a 49-yard punt.
Good job, Jared.
I'm going to trust you on that.
I wasn't even trying that. That sounds about right.
That sounds about correct. I'll give it to you.
We're starting position of the game for the North Fremont Huskies by a yard. 1st and 10 at their own 19. 6:22 on the clock. So if they run the possession like they did on their first possession, they don't have time.
Yeah, no, they do not.
But
maybe we'll see something a little different.
The Bears have got to get a stop right here. They cannot allow a long sustained drive and North Fremont to score before halftime. It would put the Huskies up by 2 scores. And with the way the Huskies play defense, offense, they've got to get a stop. Timeout taken by the Bear Lake Bears. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the SVI Sports Network.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on SVI Media is made possible by Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Here to help, Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Lenhard Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And you save Phillips 66. Live life to the full.
.6:22 left in the first half. Bears trail the Huskies 14-6. The Huskies have scored on both their possessions so far.
Yeah, if the Bears can come up with something, stop them this drive, they're not in bad shape, right? They get the ball at half, and
this is a big possession because of just exactly that, Tyler. The second half, Bears will get the football, so you got to get a stop here. Hill under center, 1st and 10 to start the drive. He is going to fake the pitch, keep it himself. He makes the first man miss, still on his feet, cutting it back, and he's going to pick up from the 19 out to the 38-yard line. Kaysen Warner on the tackle, so that's a gain of 19 for the Huskies, and another first down.
Not how the Bears probably wanted to start that one.
This makes that penalty that gave them that first down earlier even bigger because we would have had the stop, and right now it could still be a 6-6 game.
Well, and even the momentum.
Yep. And give up the middle. That's Martin who scored the touchdown, and this time he goes for 13 yards into Bear Lake territory to the 49-yard line.
The Bears need to break down and tackle. It looks like they're doing a lot of arm tackles, and I mentioned before, these guys North Fremont keeps turning their feet, and they just keep running right through those arm tackles.
He was hit after about a 4 or 5 yard gain and turned it into a 13-yard gain, so 48-yard line for the Huskies already. Hill under center. Here's the snap. Give us to Bond, and he's going to do just what you said, churn his legs, pick up 11. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We got a flag on the field now.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. First down already. And flag on the field late.
I'm not sure.
They haven't signaled yet, and we'll see if it's before or after the play. North Fremont's walking backwards like it's going to be on them. So it's first down, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. So that's big because it was dead ball, so it means it was after the play. So will they give it? Will it be 1st and 25, or will it be 1st and 10?
It should be 1st and 10, right? Well,
so that moves it back to the 48. 15-yard penalty. It will be 1st and 10. Back into Huskies territory at the 48-yard line. We're down to 5:10 left in the half. And that's a big penalty in that they were inside Bear Lake territory, moving the ball, had a first down inside the 35. Now they're back inside their own territory.
Let's see what Bear Lake can do with the momentum.
And give is to Martin, and he's got a big hole, and he's finally tackled. Just an ankle tackle there by Caden Anderson.
I guess that penalty really didn't do much, did it?
17-yard gain. So on this possession, they've gone 19 yards, 13 yards, 11 yards, now 17. 4 plays and more than 10 yards a carry on this possession. Ball at the 35-yard line.
Talked about them maybe not having enough time to score. It looks like they're moving it just fine.
4.5 minutes left in the half. Hill under center. And this time it's to Bond. And Bond just keeps those legs churning. This time he is going to be stopped for a 6-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 4.
With about 4 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock.
Pugmire makes the tackle. Ball at the 29.
I can tell you right now, the halftime adjustments Coach Messerly is going to want to make is defensively, we've got to be able to stop the run game. I mean, this is a team that won a state championship off of defense, so I'm sure he's not happy with what he's seeing right now.
Hill going to give it to – no, he's going to keep it himself after faking it to Bond, and he's going to pick up the first down inside of the 25 down to the 23-yard line. So pickup of about 5-6 yards on the play. They're going to put it at the 23-yard line. So we'll give him a pickup of 6 and another first down.
You know, I'm sure North Fremont's waiting for it, but you think, you know, we'd send some more people.
1st and 10, ball at the 23, Hill under center. Here's the snap. Give it to Martin. He gets hit early and then just fights through. Caden Anderson finally tackles him down at the 9 from the 23 to the 9. 14-yard gain, and he gets hit early. Bryson Crane got a hand on him in the backfield on that one. But they run hard, and you can't arm tackle them. First down and goal.
You know, depending on what happens here, Bear Lake might have an opportunity to return the favor here.
So here we go. Hill give up the middle to Bond, and he's going to be short of the touchdown, but just short, down to the 1, pickup of 8. So 1st, 2nd and goal, ball at the 1-yard line. Bond has a 1-yard touchdown already. Martin has a 28-yard touchdown, and it's 2nd and goal. 2:24 left in the quarter.
You know, I'm sure that defensive line is gassed, but you can't be soft here. You got to step up, fill the holes you need to, and make a stop.
So wide receiver out to the far side this time. They actually split one way out there, and the give is just going to be a quarterback keeper to Hill, and he's in. Touchdown. Second effort, 1-yard TD run by the quarterback, Hill. And 2:04 left in the quarter, so that's a 4-minute and 40-second drive.
They're really good at managing that clock, aren't they? They can take as long as they want, or they can get down there and score, fairly quick.
So they have had the ball for over 17, almost 18 minutes of this game. There's only 2 minutes of the 24 left. They've had it for 18 of the 20 minutes. Bear Lake has had the ball for basically just 2 minutes. And 2-point conversion is good by Bond. Push your score to 16. And we'll be back with the kickoff right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction, because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Pretty sad.
The North Fremont Huskies have had the ball 3 times. They've had 4 third-down plays in this game, and they have 3 touchdowns in this game. Their offense has been effective, to say the least. Set to kick off will be Hill. They do kind of an interesting little formation here on the kickoff. I wouldn't be surprised if they go onside, take a risk here. And they're not going to. They're going to go back into normal formation. Flake and Stonehouse back deep. It's going to be short, and it's going to be picked up by Stonehouse at the 17-yard line, and he's going to go upfield to the 29. Best starting field position so far for Bear Lake at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Bears do here. Do they attack the middle of the field like they did on that nice 80-plus yard touchdown? What are they going to do here?
Bears need to score. They're in a position to get back in this game very quickly. If they can get a score here before halftime, they do get the ball to start the second half, as Tyler mentioned earlier.
gotta have faith in your pass game and just air out the rock here. You don't have the luxury now of wasting time with run plays. It's time to air that thing out and see how it goes.
And just as we say they need to air the thing out, the wind starts blowing.
In their favor, mind you.
Lloyd back to pass, quick hitter to Flake. He's got blockers. He's at the 30, 35, and 38-yard line. Just 1 yard short, 9-yard pass to Flake. It's kind of a flare screen there.
Yeah.
They're going to give him an 8-yard gain is all and mark him at the 38-yard line. But time ticking.
Is of the essence right now, isn't it? You know, you ran that play and you got 9 yards, but you got a long ways to go.
So Flake and Stonehouse and Pugmire all to the near side. Alone on the far side is Bryson Crane. Lloyd takes the snap, back to pass, and he's going to be sacked back at the 30. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
And if you're Bear Lake here, do you take a timeout?
You almost have to. They're going to give him an 8-yard loss, so it's going to be at the 31. 1:06 left on the clock. 3rd and 8. So they gained 8. They lost 7. And if you get the first down here, though, the clock is going to be under a minute.
Yeah.
So it's up to the Bears to – I think they're going to play it kind of conservative, go for the first down, and then worry about clock management, because if you don't get a first down, you don't want North Fremont having a chance. And Lloyd's going to end up with quarterback keeper, not even going to come close to the first down. Out to the 34 is all 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised here if Bear Lake just runs it down as far as they can, kicks it, and
that's
makes
exactly
some adjustments.
Yep. I thought North Fremont would take a timeout and make us punt. They're not. We're down to 19 seconds. Bears can run it almost all the way down. I don't know if they're going to have to punt. They are going to bring the punt unit in. So we'll see.
There's no hustle, so they must.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of the first half. Your score at halftime is going to be North Fremont 22, Bear Lake 6. We'll take a 2-minute break, catch our breath, be back with some halftime statistics and analysis right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital.
Back at halftime here from Bear Lake High School. The cheerleaders out on the field performing. My bad, I tried to take a 2-minute break. I forgot they're going to come out and perform, and we want to make sure that you get to see them. I know that some of you parents and grandparents at home want to see your daughters and granddaughters out there cheering. So we're back at halftime, and not the first half the Bear Lake Bears wanted. They had the ball 3 times. North Fremont, that is, had the ball 3 times. They scored 3 touchdowns. 2 of those, they got the 2-point conversion and scored 22 points. Bears had the ball 3 times. 80-yard touchdown to Toby Flake. 3 and out with the punt, and 3 plays in halftime. As the third play, they were facing 4th and long, and so they decided to just let the clock run out.
Yeah, I mean, the bright side, the Bears, they get the football, right, at half, but they've got to figure out something with their defensive line. I mean, I'd say that's probably their biggest weakness. Their ends are containing pretty well, but those defensive linemen are just, or defensive tackles, are just getting destroyed.
Yep. They've got to figure out a way to blow off those offensive linemen. If those linemen are able to create the hole, the running backs just have to run through the gap. It makes it – this offense, it's simple, but it's effective.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's hard to just kind of tell, but like the Bears usually have 3 safeties, corner safeties, whatever you want to call them back here. It would be interesting if they kind of move up, maybe send some more blitzes to help those defensive linemen out.
Well, I mean, we can look at the defensive side too, but at the end of the day, this game's about the team that scores the most points, and 6.5 points just isn't going to get that done. Offensively, we've got to see some more consistency through the pass game and through the run game, and I'm sure Coach Messerly's going in, making adjustments on both sides of the ball, and looking at this like, again, it's the first game of the year. Hard to tell what you're going to get for the first game of the year.
Absolutely right. They got to find their groove. They got to kind of get into a rhythm, and they just haven't, especially like you were saying, offense. They just haven't found their rhythm yet.
And I mean, this is a completely different team than last year too. So it might take a minute to find the offensive consistency. So if you're hitting the panic button out there, don't hit the panic button yet. Obviously, it's a half into the season.
So the stats that I got for you are going to be very, very, very incomplete. I am definitely not Lisa when it comes to keeping stats. What I can tell you is this. The North Fremont Huskies have picked up 15 first downs. The Bear Lake Bears have picked up 1. The North Fremont Huskies have 80 plus 75. What's that? 155 plus 81. 236 yards of total offense. The Bear Lake Bears have 90 yards, and 80 of those are on one play. Bear Lake Bears have 90 yards total offense.
Well, I think that just goes to prove Nate's point, right? I mean, you've got to move the football. You got to move the chains. You've got to get going, find your rhythm on offense.
Yeah, 15 first downs to 1 first down, 236 yards of offense to 90 yards of offense. Penalties haven't been a factor. Both teams have a 15-yarder, and North Fremont has a 5-yarder. I say that, but Bears had stopped the Huskies on 3rd and 5. They would have had a 4th down and 5 at the end of the first quarter to start the second quarter. 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty after the play gave them the first down, and that could have been a big momentum shift.
And it's crazy because in the moment you're judging, you're wondering if the coaching staff of North Fremont makes the right call there with calling that timeout. But I guess that's why we're not a coach from time to time. Sometimes stuff like that happens, and maybe that was the right call. I mean, it's changed the complete way this game was going. It's changed the game completely from that point on.
I would agree. That was a game-changing play. That one penalty. Positives for Bear Lake. Toby Flake has a touchback on one of his kickoffs. He has a 49-yard punt, and he has an 80-yard touchdown reception.
Pretty good game.
Yeah, pretty good game for him. Rhett Lloyd, positives for him. His first 2 passes were complete for a total of 90 yards.
Another thing you like to see, is the lack of penalties, obviously. Seems like we're pretty well kept on that side of the ball. Not a lot of unsportsmanlike calls, not a lot of, dumb penalties like you could have in any game. So if we can keep that going throughout the year, that's a great thing.
You usually see a lot of silly penalties in early season, offsides, false starts. Both teams have played well. 3 penalties total, and 2 of those were unsportsmanlike. Only one that's kind of a procedural type penalty, and that was a false start on North Fremont. They ended up converting the touchdown anyway on that possession.
For the first game, it's clean. It's very clean football.
You can tell these coaches know what they're doing. These coaching staffs have put a lot of work in the preseason. And when you come in ranked in the top 5 in the state and one of the teams, the defending state champions, you expect the coaching staffs to be prepared. And Coach Ryan Messerly and his staff do have the Bears disciplined and playing clean football. Just the key, like Tyler you already pointed out, is the defensive line has got to get a surge. They cannot keep getting pushed off the ball, and that's going to be the key to the second half. If the Bears can come out and score a touchdown on their first possession and then get a stop, it'd go a long ways to turning this game around.
It definitely put it back into reach for them and be a competitive football game. If you don't get that stop, you come out scoring and don't get that stop, and you just keep letting North Fremont just get those 5, 8, 7-yard runs right up the gut. it's going to be a long night for that defense, the Bears defense.
Especially where North Fremont doesn't score in a hurry. Their shortest scoring drive was 4 minutes. 4 minutes, 40 seconds, and 9 minutes, 13 seconds off the clock. The Bears took 1 minute and 48 on their one drive. They took the last about 2 minutes on their second drive, and third drive, which ended at halftime. Then just took less than a minute because an incomplete pass in there, two incomplete passes in there on their second drive, that middle one. So not a lot of time. The Bears have had the ball for less than 7 minutes.
I mean, they're going to need a defensive stop coming out of halftime, obviously, but they're going to need a quick defensive stop. Like, it's got to be 3 to 6 plays maximum because this team is so good at just taking time off the clock. I mean, North Fremont is just skilled at running clock. I mean, they can take 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes off the clock if they want to.
I mean, they did in the first quarter, 9 minutes, 13 seconds.
I mean, you've got to come out and you've got to get a stop fast.
So we're going to take a quick break here on the Caribou Ford Halftime Show. Your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard shows the North Fremont Huskies up by a score of 22-14. When we come back, we'll catch you up on what happened in the JV game, what's going on with the volleyball team right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Wherever your outdoor adventure takes you, stop first at You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier. Phillips 66 helps you live to the full on your next off-road adventure, fishing trip, or the next time you go hunting, camping, or hiking. And at You Save, you'll find so much more than fuel. Fill up on all the snacks and drinks that you need for the entire trip. That's You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier, where it's your convenience, our pleasure.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that. When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on SVI Media is made possible by Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Here to help. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Lenhard Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And You Save Phillips 66. Live life to the full.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
22-6, North Fremont in the lead here at halftime. As we come back, let's thank our sponsors for this year. Caribou Ford sponsoring the halftime show. Caribou Ford, what do you love most about your Caribou Ford? Keeping it simple in Soda Springs at CaribouFord.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital is your scoreboard sponsor. Count on us to care. Visit BLMHospital.com. And the name we haven't said very often, in fact, just once in the first half, You Save Phillips 66, Live to the Full is your first down sponsor, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Gunderson Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place located in Montpelier.
Napa Auto Parts, that's Napa Know-How.
Northern Title, good deeds done daily, northerntitle.net.
Bear Lake Drug, a drugstore, and a great deal more.
Bear Lake Dental Care, where kindness and dentistry meet.
And don't forget Gary Tusher, CPA, Stephen D. Hammonds Dental, and Lenhart Distributing are our sponsors for football this year. Glad to have them on board. Looking for a great year, Bear Lake football. That first half, I don't think is indicative of what we're going to see. We mentioned off the air growing pains.
Absolutely.
This is basically a brand new team. A ton of senior leadership graduated last year. We mentioned a lot of them at the pregame. And a lot of these kids out here, this is their first varsity experience. Bear Lake does not go real deep. They only play 12 to 14 players on the varsity level. So, when you graduate 8-9 kids, there's only 5 or 6 of these kids that have significant varsity experience. Dawson Smith, Rhett Lloyd, Bryson Crane, Toby Flake, who actually most of his varsity experience last year was just on special teams. And that's kind of it coming back. And, we're saying names that we didn't say much last year. Stonehouse, you didn't hear that name. Puckmeyer, you heard on and off here and there. But for the most part, this is a brand new squad of kids out there doing their best to fill in some big shoes coming off the state championship. And so far, this very disciplined, very mature North Fremont team is having their way offensively. I guess the best news is, like we already said, Bears have the ball to start the second half. So we promised we'd talk about, before you go say too much, Tyler, I promised to talk about volleyball and the JV game. Starting with JV football, the JV won today, 6-0. A game that looked much like this, only North Fremont couldn't punch it in when they got down there. The Bears stopped them each time they got inside the 20-yard line. And in volleyball, the Bears went 2-0 today, picked up a 3-set win over Kemmer over in Cokeville, and then turned around and beat Lyman in 5 sets. So congratulations to Coach Birch in her first official matches as the head coach for Bear Lake, picking up wins in 2 matches today. They'll be back at the Cokeville tournament tomorrow, and so congratulations to volleyball. All right, with 30 seconds left, North Fremont's back out on the field, but the Bear Lake Bears have yet to come out. So guess what? We're going to get the mandatory 3 minutes of warm-up. So there's only 30 seconds left in halftime, but there's actually 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in halftime because by rule, the teams have to warm up for 3 minutes. And they're not penalized for coming out late. That's, as Coach Saunders over here in my ear says, why don't they make them come out with 7 minutes left? I don't know. They just don't. But they do make the mandatory 3-minute warm-up. So the cheerleaders holding up the big sign. The Bear Lake Bears going to run through, come back out on the field for the second half. North Fremont's getting ready to return the kickoff, actually to kick the ball off. And I do think that eventually there is going to be a onside. That's what I'm looking for. I was trying to say offside. Onside kick out of this formation. They start all bunched up, all together in the middle of the field, and they all run towards the ball at the same time. Then they stop, line up into a traditional kickoff formation, and number 1, Win drops back and kicks the ball. It may not come against us, especially if they maintain this lead, but I think you'll see it this year. I think they're setting up that onside kick.
I mean, and as the Bears too, you got to at least think that's an option, right? Because North Fremont has a chance to really just put this away, and that would completely demoralize the Bears if they were to get kick an onside and recover it.
So the kickoff from the 40-yard line, and they're not going to make them do the mandatory 3 minutes. I'm kind of surprised by that. They're letting them just line up. Oh, the referee is on the sideline, so he is going to make it go 3 minutes before, and there's 1:50 left of that 3 minutes before he allows the kickoff. The North Fremont team is out on the field ready to kick off. The Bears are still in a huddle. The Bears got to come out and show some heart right here. Big play on special teams could turn this game around, especially with the wind blowing the direction of it is. This could be a short kickoff.
Yeah. But I think they just have to have a short memory, right? I mean, this is a new half. Learn from what you did in the previous half and move forward. And they're still in this game. They're getting the ball back right here, right? So they're still in this game.
Yeah, exactly. All the Bears need is a score here and a stop, and it's a brand new football game. So we'll see. And we don't have any lights in here. Oh, that's good news.
You wanted
just
to see
turned on the light switch, and both bulbs are burned out.
That's okay. It'll spare some people from looking at my ugly mug.
Yeah, I'll say this about our broadcast staff this year: we have the face for radio. Anyway.
And the voice for newspaper.
Thanks, Nate. Here we go. Flake back deep with Stonehouse to return this kick. They're lined up at their 5-yard line. Wynn will get a foot into it from his own 40. Low kick is going to be taken on the hop by Stonehouse at the 15-yard line. He's to the 20. He's going to get to the 25. Wrapped up there, taken down. So Bears will start with it at the 25-yard line. Both teams special teams have done well. In high school football, a lot of times you're starting out near midfield, 30, 40, 45-yard line minimum. The best starting position of the game has been the 29, which the Bears had just before halftime when they went 3 and out as the halftime clock wound. And they gave him actually out to the 26 officially. So good
job for the special teams. Good job for the special teams. Doing their job. Both sides of the ball.
3 wide receivers to the far side. Flake alone on the near side. Lloyd, he's got Gonzalez off his left hip. And he's going to end up keeping it on the quarterback keeper. Makes the first man miss. Going to pick up good yardage. He's going to go 7 yards on the quarterback keeper. I don't think that was designed to be a run, but he was under pressure, saw a hole, and made positive yardage.
That was a very heads-up play on his part. The offensive line, I mean, if you want to call them that on that play, they weren't there. Then hole opened up on that right side, and he took advantage of it.
2nd down and 3. Bears looking for their second first down pickup of the game. With that long touchdown pass in the first possession, they didn't get any first downs there. Only the one on their second possession. Lloyd gives it to Gonzalez, his first carry, and he's going to go for 2 yards. And he gets out to the 35-yard line. They got to get to the 36. So 3rd and short. Bears need to pick up the first down here. I think it's probably 4-down territory. When you're down by 2 touchdowns, when you got less than a yard to go, unless there's a negative play here, I think this is probably 4-down territory already early in this second half.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't give North Fremont the ball again. I mean, we've talked about it 1,000 times. They can take the wind right out of a game by how long they can hold the football.
So 2 wide receivers to either side. Gonzalez off the right hip of Lloyd. And here's the snap. Back to pass. He's got time. He's got his man. It is caught.
Wow.
Caught. That is Stonehouse out of the 39. Going to give him a pickup of 4 and the first down. Kind of a slow signal. But they waited quite a while to rule it a catch. From our angle, we couldn't see the ball come in, but North Fremont didn't fight it, so must argue it. They must have thought it was a catch.
Yeah. I mean, it came in low, and he just had his eye on it and did what he needed to do.
13 yards so far on the drive. 1st and 10. That's a USAV. Phillips 66. First down. 2 running backs this time in the backfield. Here's the snap. High snap. Give is to Gonzalez. Timing was a little off because of the high snap, and he's not going to get anything. In fact, maybe lose half a yard.
I think we've kind of seen that a couple times, right? The snap is not where it's supposed to be, and it messes up the timing, and usually the play results in not very good, right? Either losing yards or just staying right where you're at.
They're going to give him a full 1-yard loss on the play as they mark it right at the 38-yard line. So 2nd down and 11. Yeah, when you got those timing plays on running plays, the hole is there for just a split second, and when you have to reach up and take the snap like that, it confuses things. Pugmire and Gonzalez in the backfield. Stonehouse with Crane on the far side. Flake alone on the near side. Back to pass. Going for Crane. He's got him inside the 50, 45, 40. Crane makes a man miss. He's inside the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. Bryson Crane just running past everybody once he caught that ball. From the 38 down to the 27. That is a gain of 35 yards on the catch by Bryson Crane.
You know, that play looked very similar to the one that they scored on. Right in the middle of the field. It was tight. The ball was there, and he took advantage of that.
Tight coverage. I mean, it's a zone defense, and he just found a soft spot in the zone on the crossing pattern. Crane on the far side, and Flake Stonehouse on the near side out there with Crane is number 9, Caden Anderson. Back to pass is Lloyd. He gets it out. It's tipped. intended for Stonehouse. He had a step on his man. If that ball's not tipped, that might have gone for a pretty good gain. 2nd and 10.
I really like seeing what the Bears are doing here on offense. They're really spreading it out. They're really making North Fremont work, trying to figure out where the ball is going to go. Got a couple little motions here, misdirections here and there. They're doing a really good job. A little bit different than what we saw in the first half.
So Anderson and Crane on the far side. Gonzalez running back, Stonehouse and Flake on the near side. Lloyd back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle. That was just throwing it away, intended for Crane, but he threw it away intentionally short. No way was he going to get it there. He's just trying to avoid the sack. So 2 straight incompletions brings up 3rd and 10, but we're definitely in 4-down territory inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were talking about being in 4-down territory down here, so you're on your side of the field. You got the wind in your favor.
Which brings up strategy. As a coach, do you go for a 7-8 yard completion and hope for a shorter 4th down? Or do you go for the first down both times?
I think I go for whatever I can get. I'll take 4, 5, 6 yards on this play because you know you're going to go for it on 4th down. You don't have to go deep. Anderson out there with Stonehouse and Flake to the far side. Crane alone on the near side, the short side. Gonzalez off the right hip of Lloyd. Lloyd back to pass. I think he's got a free play off sides. He did. The pass was complete, but it's going to be a fault. They called false start.
I just saw the linebacker kind of.
Yeah, I saw the linebackers for jumping for North Fremont. I didn't see the movement by Bear Lake. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that puts Bear Lake in a situation where they're going to pass, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you have to at this point.
That changes your play calling. 3rd and 10, needing 2 plays to pick up 10. Now 3rd and 15. That does change how you call plays here. Bryson Crane would have had the first down on the reception. He caught the little out route inside the 20-yard line, well, about the 20-yard line. So 3 guys to the far side. Flake, the lone wideout on the near side, the short side. Back to pass is Lloyd. He's going to go deep. And, Crane almost ran it down at the goal line just over his fingertips. Oh, that would have been big.
That's a heartbreaking play there. He got rid of it, I think, a little bit faster than he wanted to. That pocket was collapsing. That North Fremont's defensive line, they're doing good at getting pressure on him.
I mean, what an effort by Crane to even get to that ball. That ball was well out in front of him, and he kicked it into turbo speed there to get to it.
I really think Lloyd was throwing that away to avoid the sack to the empty part of the field, and Crane almost turned it into a touchdown catch. So 4th and 15. Bryson Crane tying his shoe. He'll go out and be the second wide out on the far side with Anderson. It's Flake and Stonehouse to the near side. Gonzalez the blocking back in there for protection. Lloyd back to throw. He's got time. Steps up in the pocket. He's got his man on crossing route. Oh! They both had a chance at it. They hit into each other, Crane and Flake, and they knocked it away from each other. Incomplete. 1st down and 10.
That's rough. That's hard. I mean, the play was there. What a play call. What a throw to be on the money. I mean, it's tight coverage. You had your corner down there, and they just too close.
If either one of them would have been in a different spot, then I think that's a catch, and it's a catch down inside the 10-yard line. Oh, man. I don't know if somebody ran the wrong route and they got in each other's way, or if it just – so here we go, 1st and 10, North Fremont. They've had the ball 3 times. They scored 3 touchdowns. They have the ball at their own 34-yard line.
See what the Bears defense can do here.
And on the first play, it's a, 3-yard pickup?
Yep.
3 yards. That's one of their shorter gains. 2nd 7, ball at the 37.
I mean, North Fremont's going to come out and test that middle, right? Those defensive linemen there, because that's where they've been having all their success. Let's see if the Bears are up to the challenge.
2nd down and 7, Hill under center. And here's the snap, here's the give, and he's going to gain 4 to the 40. And that is Bond again, so gain of 4. A rare sighting. It's 3rd down.
Yeah. Well, and the Bears are showing a little bit different defense. They're not having their 3 safeties, if you will, playing that zone defense back there. They're actually sucking up the last couple plays. So let's see if they continue to do that and find success there.
Filling in the box. Let's see if North Fremont then tries to take advantage of it with something to the outside. Nope, just run up the middle, and he's not going to get the first down. Short gain. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be short. I think he needed 3. He only got a 1. The ball is at the 42. He's got to get to outside the 43. So they're going to give him 2 yards. It's 4th down.
And it looks like North Fremont's going to go for it. I mean, why not when you're successfully running it, 4 to 7 yards per play.
That was one of the better defensive plays for the Bears, only allowing the 2 yards on 3rd and short. Huge play right here for the Bear Lake Bears. 4th and 1. Hill and Bond is going to get the first down. He only picked up 2.5 yards. He only needed 1. So he gets the 2 first down, and the drive continues, but better effort by the defense.
Oh, much better. I mean, we got that the 4-down territory, right? The Bears forced North Fremont to make a decision. Are you going to punt it? You're going to go for it? Obviously, it's a pretty easy decision, but a decision nonetheless.
The only issue is if you're North Fremont, don't you want a 4th and short at this point because it's an extra play to take more time off the clock?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So North Fremont under center. Here's Hill, and he gives it to Wynn. I said if you're going to pack the box, you go to the outside. They did. Wynn gets 5. Flake makes the tackle, and that's the disadvantage with this offense. If you pack the box against them, try to stop that up the gut stuff, they do that handoff. They put the man in motion, and good stop by Toby Flake. He was all alone out there. If he doesn't make that stop, it's a touchdown most likely for the Huskies. Ball right at midfield at the 50. Under 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Bears had a long drive to start the second half, but could not convert after a false start penalty and a couple of incomplete passes. Here we go. Hill is going to hand off. Bryson Crane,
what a
big
play.
tackle.
That's what the Bears
loss.
needed. 5-yard loss. That is what the Bears needed.
3rd and 10. And Bryson Crane tackled his man into the running back. 5-yard loss is back to 3rd and 10. The ball's right at the 35. So it's 3rd and 9 and 2 feet. So technically they don't have to get the full 10. But this is the first long play North Fremont's been forced to convert here in the game. And this would be a huge stop at a very crucial point in the game for the Bear Lake Bears. 3rd and 10 as we tick under 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Here we go. Back to pass, and it's complete, easy first down, wide open, and it's Wynn. He needed 10. He picked up 14.
13-yard gain, top on the stop.
And I think, no, holding against North Fremont. It's going to come back.
I mean, that helps the Bears out a lot, right? Now it's going to be 3rd and very long.
Yeah, 3rd and 20 because it's a 10-yard from the spot of the foul, and it was 3rd and 9.5. So you go to 3rd and 20.
Yeah. That holding penalty we're seeing.
So it was downfield a little bit. Sorry, so it's 3rd and 19. Sorry.
I was just going to say the defensive line is surging right now, right? It looks like they're putting more effort into it, and if you're doing that and it gets the offensive line off balance, they're going to hold and they're going to get the penalty every time.
Okay, here we go. Big play after that holding penalty and the big loss on the tackle by Crane. Here we go. Back to pass. Crane puts Crane knocks it in the air, deflects it. They're going to say incomplete pass. Bryson Crane. He said, hey, we're going to play some football in this second half.
That's 2, right? That's 2 monster plays for him in this drive. And now North Fremont is 4th and 19, and we'll see what they do.
Definitely got a punt here deep in your own territory at the 36-yard line. They only gained 3 yards total on this possession thanks to the penalty and the big tackle by Crane, and then Crane just forced that interception. So Toby Flake back deep, wind in the face of the punter. Stonehouse back deep. And Crane almost gets to that punt. And Stonehouse going to have to let it roll because it's low end over end, and it's going to be down at the 27-yard line.
Out to about the 26-yard line.
That's the defensive stand the Bears needed, right? That's what we were talking about at halftime. that they come out. That defensive line really pushed back on that and got back into the face of the quarterback. And anytime you've got defenders back there pushing, shoving, it makes you nervous, makes you uneasy, and your timed plays kind of go out the window at that point.
All right, and plus if you're running team and it's 3rd and 19, not much you can do.
Yeah.
And so here we go. Bear Lake with the football back in the game. If they can score right here, Flake and Stonehouse to the near side with Crane and Pugmire to the far side. Gonzalez, the running back off the left hip of the quarterback, Lloyd. And he's going to run the option, gets it to Gonzalez. He's got a man to the outside blocking for him. He's clear across the 40. Martin Gonzalez, he got to space. You saw his speed.
What a block by number 11, Stonehouse. I mean, holy cow. He came back on that and just lit the guy up. He was able to close that edge off, and it was there. That was awesome.
That is another Phillips 66 USAVE first down. Martin Gonzalez gets his first big play as a Bear Lake Bear on the varsity field as he gets the 14-yard run. Momentum shifting. If Bear Lake Bears are going to come back and win this game, this last couple plays have been huge momentum shifts. Lloyd's got Gonzalez now off his right hip, 2 wide receivers to either side. Man in motion is Anderson. He goes in front of the quarterback, Lloyd. It's a pitch to Gonzalez, and he lost it. Fumble. North Fremont recovers.
That's tough.
He never got the ball cleanly on the pitch. North Fremont recovers at the 40-yard line.
Yeah,
and traffic in the backfield caused that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if there's a positive to take away from this, the Bear Lake Bears stopped North Fremont, their last drive, right? So they know it's possible. Hopefully they can kind of hang on to whatever momentum they have left and get this figured out right here.
So North Fremont with excellent field position at the Bear Lake 41-yard line after the fumble. And that was one that it's the defense that caused that fumble.
Yeah.
You don't blame Gonzalez too much because there was a lot of traffic. He never had a chance to get that ball clean on the pitch. Fortunately for Bear Lake, if there is a good thing, it bounced forward. And a late pitch by Hill. He got absolutely laid out, but it's going to go for a big gain, and we got an injured Bear Lake player in the backfield. It's going to be a first down to the 29-yard line. I think it's Stonehouse is the man down in the backfield. So a 12-yard gain on first down. And Stonehouse, first of all, when he first went down, he was holding his knees. Now he's acting more like a cramp. So I hope it is just a cramp on a hot night. First game of the season. And we'll take a 30-second break right here. We'll be back. Actually, no, he's standing up. We won't take the break. Looks like it was just a cramp. He's trotting off. Sorry, Nate. I tried to do some producing for you, but he got up and is trotting off pretty quick. Hopefully he'll be right back out there. 1st and 10 for the Huskies at the Bear Lake 29 after that fumble, the turnover, when all the momentum was starting to go towards Bear Lake. They go ahead and fumble the football. And good defensive play by North Fremont to force it, and it's North Fremont football, 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Hill under center, 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 wide receiver to the far side, the left side, and he's just going to hand it off right up the middle to Bond. He keeps those legs churning, only going to gain 4, but 4 yards in a cloud of dust on each play down to the 25.
4-yard gain out to the 25-yard line.
There's just same old.
I guess the best news, if you're Bear Lake Bear, is they've only had 1 big gain in the second half. Everything has been 4 yards or less. They did have the 12-yard run on first down on the first play of this possession, but the Bears' defense is making them get it in smaller chunks this half. As we go just over a minute to play in the third quarter, and off the left side, 6-yard gain. Probably going to be first down at the 19-yard line, and it is. 6 yards exactly on the play, another first down.
You got to hand it to the North Fremont coaching staff. Right now they are picking the Bears apart. They're going outside, they're going inside. They threw that little pass in there. The Bears got that penalty that really helped them out. Their defensive line, stepping up there, but you got to hand it to the North Fremont coaching staff. They're doing an excellent job calling this game.
This is one of those offenses that just keeps you a little bit off balance. It seems simple because it's the exact same formation every time, but they can run about 5 or 6 different plays out of that formation. Hill with the snap, and he's going to keep it on the option. He's just going to keep it this time, not going to pitch it. Bryson Crane will run him down from behind. He is going to go from the 19 down to the 14. So 5-yard game?
5-6-yard game.
So we're inside of the 15-yard line in the red zone, again for North Fremont, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Third quarter scored just like it was at halftime. North Fremont 22, Bear Lake 6. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Fourth quarter ready to start here on the SVI Sports Network as the Bear Lake Bears trail the North Fremont Huskies 22-6. North Fremont has the ball, second down and 4 at the Bear Lake 13-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. No score in the third quarter. Bear Lake made a good defensive stop, but unfortunately turned it over on downs when they got inside the 30 and then turned it over on a fumble, and Martin just keeps his legs churning, picks up another first down. Down at the 10, pick up a 4. Are they going to say third down and 1?
That's what it looks like.
Okay, they are going to say just short of the first down. So third and 1. Nose of the ball at the 10. They need the tail end of the ball to be at the 10 to get the first down. So they can, a third down, a rare third down here.
Let's see if I can guess the play here.
Going to hand it off to number 21?
I think that's what it is.
And they handed it off to number 34. We were wrong. Martin.
Close enough.
And he gets 6 yards. Goes inside the 5-yard line to the 4.
First and goal.
First and goal at the 4. That's been their bread and butter. Either hand it to Martin or hand it to Bond.
Right up the middle.
Just which side of the center do you run off of? That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Either off his left hip or off his right hip.
That's frustrating for a defense too, right? You see the same thing over and over again, and
yeah, and you can't stop it because they execute so well. You don't have to have the greatest athletes in the world. I'm not saying that North Fremont doesn't. They do have good athletes, but for this offense, you need execution more than you need athleticism. And that time, he kept it, and it's into the end zone touchdown. Bears crashed on the guy going up the gut. He didn't give it to him that time. Instead, he goes to Bond, 4-yard TD for Bond, his second touchdown of the game. He's got a 1-yard touchdown run, a 4-yard touchdown run, 28-6 in favor of North Fremont. 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Well, Bears did in the third quarter what we said they needed to do. They drove the ball down the field on their first drive.
Yep.
Couldn't score as they had an incompletion at the 10 that would have set up first and goal.
And the penalty, right, hurt them too.
And then they fumbled the ball away on their second possession after getting the stop. We said they needed to get a stop. They did, but they couldn't convert because of the fumble. And then Bryson Crane throws Wynn down for a loss on the 2-point conversion attempt. So the 2-point conversion fails as Bryson Crane has been the highlight of the second half.
Absolutely.
For sure. He's got a 35-yard reception. He's got several big stops on offense. On defense. Bears need some big offense. They need some fireworks right here. Something needs to happen on special teams, or something big has got to happen to get the Bear Lake Bears back in this. They trail 28-6. Other big games going on. Firth and Westside playing right now. That's a big one. Next week, we go to Lyman, and that's a 2 o'clock kickoff. 2 o'clock. Lyman doesn't have lights. So
we can just hold our phones up.
That's what we're having to do in here. Is our booth doesn't have interior lights tonight.
Hey, you replace the lights in the scoreboard with the lights from in here, so
Apparently.
it makes sense.
That's what happened.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. As the Bears are going to be back to receive this kick, it looks like it's going to be Flake and Stonehouse. So Stonehouse back out there. That definitely was most likely a cramp because he is right back out there returning this kick, or set to return this kick with Flake. And it's going to be Wynn, who was tackled short of the goal line on that 2-point conversion attempt to kick off. They're in their formation where they do run up, and they've got Martin is one that looks like he could kick that ball. If we see North Fremont in the playoffs, I would expect this to be an onside kick eventually.
Absolutely.
And they faked it, and then they're going to drop back. And Bears didn't fall for it. Nobody even flinched.
It's like they've been doing it the whole game or something.
And here's the kick. It's going to go deep. It's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. Toby Flake at the goal line. Actually, no, that was Stonehouse.
First and 10 for the Bears up there.
Great kick.
20-yard line.
So the Bears start at their own 20.
I mean, if you're the Bears at this point, I'm not saying you need to take running completely out of your game, but I imagine a lot of passing.
You need the big hitters. You don't have time, especially the way North Fremont's offense functions. You don't have time to grind out a drive.
Well,
you need some big hitters right here.
On the other end, you're going to need really quick stops now. Like, we're talking 3 plays or less, because North Fremont will run. If you give them 2-3 first downs, they'll run time off the clock.
I mean, this could potentially be the Bears' last possession.
Lloyd back to pass. He's got Crane. Oh! And I think they were on different pages. Crane stopped short. Lloyd led him. Crane started running again. Great hit by Wynn. I think Wynn got the worst of that. Both of them got up slow, but Wynn is still staggering a bit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might need
like
to check
really,
out.
he needs to. I'd be checking him out. Crane's going to take a play off. He looks like he's fine on the sideline, but Wynn is still like, oh. As that ball, Crane stopped like he was going to catch the out route and Lloyd threw the deep ball. Crane went out to get it, and just as the ball got to him, Wynn hit him. Good defensive play, forcing the incompletion. Gonzalez takes the pitch, cuts back up the middle. He is going to pick up the first down. 11-yard gain by
for another Bear Lake.
Martin Gonzalez. He gets 11. Nice cut. He reads the field well. I think as the season progresses, he's going to pick up some positive yardage for the Bears. It brings up 1st and 10. Another USAA Phillips 66 first down for Gonzalez and the Bear Lake Bears. As we got 10 minutes basically left in this football game. Gonzalez will be off the left hip, and Crane back in there for Bear Lake is the wideout to the near side, along with Anderson, who goes in motion. Actually, that's Pugmire now in motion. And the pitch is to Gonzalez. He's going to follow the motion man, go around the left side. He's able to turn it upfield, short gain this time. Out to the 35, gain of 4.
Testing those outside boundaries, which is good, but like we were talking about earlier, you got to do some big plays here.
Trying to keep the defense honest, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe a little too.
2nd down and 6. He got 11 on the first one. I guess they figured to go to the other side and see if he can get a few more. 2nd and 6. We're at under 9.5 minutes now as this play gets ready to launch. This time, Bryson Crane split out way to the right alone, and Pugmire, who's on the same side, is way in tight. Now in motion goes Anderson. Anderson with the football, his first carry, just a sophomore. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
No gain on the play.
3rd down and 6.
I mean, we've got to show some sort of urgency here as Bear Lake comes up to the line of scrimmage. I mean, we don't have the luxury of running the football over and over again. I mean, we're down by 3 scores. You've got to score quickly, and you've got to get stops.
Caden Anderson, just a sophomore. That's his first carry, I believe, as a varsity football player. And 3rd down and 6. Lloyd with Gonzalez and Pugmire both in the backfield. Anderson and Crane, the near side receivers. Far side is Flake all alone, way out to the left. Lloyd back to pass. He gets it away, and it's intercepted. And that's probably your ball game, folks. I know there's still over 9 minutes left. Well, actually under 8.5 minutes left, but on the interception and the way that they run the football likely could be the nail in the coffin for the night. As the receiver was there, but they're double coverage and just stepped in front of him.
To me, it looked like he looked over to the far side of the field to make the pass there, and then he didn't even look. He just kind of threw it, thinking his guy was going to be there, and threw it right in that double coverage, and it's rough.
All right, North Fremont has the 28-6 lead, 8:24 left in the game. They have the ball, the Bear Lake 41-yard line. And time to grind it out if you're the Huskies. Hill under center. Here's the snap. Here's the – nope. He kept it. Broken play. He didn't have anybody to give it to, but he ended up gaining 4 yards. 4-yard gain for Hill on first down on a broken play, 2nd and 6. Couple new numbers out there. Number 25 was in the game on that one, and that might be why it was a broken play. First time we've called his name on the night. And he's back in there along with number 22. So they're putting in a couple of younger kids in the backfield. And that was a long 4 on the gain. So here we go. Still Bond and Martin in the backfield. Hill under center. And to give to Martin. And he's going to be dragged down short of the first down. He is going to pick up 3. So it'll be third down and about 2 yards to go. Stonehouse running in and replacing Anderson on the play. 3rd and a long 2 as we've got about 7
minutes, 14 seconds.
7 minutes. Yeah. Yep. And counting. Sorry, you can see part of it. I can see part of it. We're looking through cameramen to see the clock. As we go under 7 minutes, they're taking their time before each snap. 3rd and 2. Here's the give to Martin. He's up the middle. Big hit at the end by Lloyd, but he is going to pick up the first down, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards on the carry. First down and 10. They're inside of the 30, down to the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 Huskies. And they're just burning clock. It was 8:24 when they got the ball. They've only picked up 1 first down, and they're under 6.5 minutes now as they come up to the line, and he's taking his time getting up there. He knows that the clock is on their side. This time he gives to Bond. Good hit by Pugmire, but it is 3 yards downfield when he gets the hit. So 2nd down and 7. Pugmire upending Bond. Ball goes just inside of the 25.
And you've got to be under 6 minutes now.
Yep. Just clicking under 6. They're taking their time. And just exactly what we said. They just take their time each and every snap, come up to the line. No hurry in this North Fremont team whatsoever. Back to pass is Hill. He's going to be flushed out. He's going to end up getting tackled for a short gain.
Yeah, I'm going to say that play took me off guard.
Yeah, why did he pass it there? But he ended up running it. He was smart enough to say, hey, don't throw it away and stop the clock. And
I was getting the comment before. I was going to be like, man, why even huddle at this point? But I guess that's why you huddle. Throw a little pass in there, keep everybody on their toes.
3rd and 7 coming up. He ended up flushing out of the pocket. Had quite a bit of running room if Flake doesn't come up from his safety position to make that stop right there. Safety or cornerback? What's he playing over there?
Corner, it looks like.
Oh, it was Ammon Topham, number 6, not number 8. Here's the snap. Here's the give to Martin right up the middle. And Martin's going to pick up. He needed 7. Was it 21 or 34?
21.
21, Bond. And it's
4th down.
4th down. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. So they give him 6 yards. Brings up 4th down and 1. We are going to go under 4.5 minutes, close to 4 minutes by the time they snap this. They've only picked up 1 first down on this drive, but they've already taken over 4 minutes off the clock.
Yeah.
Before the snap.
And we knew that was going to happen, right?
Yep. So here we go. And give was to Bond. Tackled by number 3. That's Trayson Thornton, but it's a first down.
And the clock continues to run.
And they could almost, well, they definitely can run this ball out without getting a touchdown the way they take time. Pickup of about 4 yards. So it's going to be first down and 10, ball at the 14-yard line.
Yep.
It's as far away as it can be from us and still be on the field. Far end of the field, far hash mark. And Hill comes up to the line. We're under 4 minutes now. Hill. And doesn't go anywhere. Didn't see who ended up with the ball. Just kind of cloud of dust and nothing happened. Maybe a gain of 1.
Looks like that's what they're going to give them.
That one happened so fast I didn't even see. Did Hill just go straight up the middle himself?
I would imagine so. I was in the same thing. I was like waiting for it, and not much happened.
It just like everybody just collapsed right in the middle, and they blew the ball dead. So second down and a long 8, short 9 for the Huskies. The clock will tick under 3 minutes before they hike this one. And just keeper by Hill. Nice tackle out there by Ammon Topham. About a 5-yard gain. So they're going to mark it. No, shorter than 5 yard. Only about a 4-yard gain. Third down and 5. Ball is going to be placed at about the 9.
With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go.
So 2.5 minutes. The Huskies don't care if they score right here.
No.
They just want to run clock. So Hill with 2:20 as he comes to the line. Here's the snap. Fumble. The snap is fumbled. It's on the ground. I don't know. They haven't said yet. And let's see. They're signaling fourth down. So it must stay with North Fremont. They haven't marked it yet. So they mark it clear back to the 10. So technically a loss of 1. Hill never got the snap. I didn't see who recovered it because it was just rugby scrum right there for the ball. We're going to be about 1.5 minutes left when they hike it here on fourth down. They don't care if they get the first down. They don't care if they get the touchdown. They're just going to take every second off this clock. So no matter what, Bear Lake doesn't have much time to do anything with it. We're down to under 1.5 minutes to play. And Hill taking every second off the clock. Ticks down to 1:20. He's waiting for the back judge to give the signal on the 5-second count. Then they call timeout with 1:18 left. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with the end of this game here on the SVI Sports Network.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital.
Wherever your outdoor adventure takes you, stop first at You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier. Phillips 66 helps you live to the full on your next off-road adventure, fishing trip, or the next time you go hunting, camping, or hiking. And at You Save, you'll find so much more than fuel. Fill up on all the snacks and drinks that you need for the entire trip. That's You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier, where it's your convenience, our pleasure.
Fourth down, a long 5 facing the Huskies. Westside beating up on Firth 48-0 meanwhile. And Bond is going to be short, I think, of the first down. Depends on the mark.
Be close.
I guess if you're Bear Lake, Bear Lake ball. He needed 5, he got 4.
First and 10.
So North Fremont did exactly what they wanted there, though. 1:13 left on the clock. They got it back with over 4 minutes left. They took it down to under 1:15. And Bears in a hole. Let's see if Bear Lake airs it out, tries to make this score look a little more respectable, or if they just kneel down a couple times and go home. Anderson is going to come in there and be wide receiver along with Crane on the near side. Flake over there with Stonehouse on the far side. Lloyd, the quarterback. And I think we're missing a player. We are. There's no running back. So Lloyd is looking sideline saying, "Hey, we're missing a player. We can't have 10 out here."
I mean, you can.
Not a good idea. Especially when you're the quarterback, you're knowing you're dropping back to pass, and you know that the guy that's supposed to protect you, supposed to be giving you protection, is not on the field. So a couple of, Anderson got out there late. Gonzalez wasn't out there, so a mix-up on that offensive series to start. So timeout, and it's kind of academic as this game is over. Bear Lake has got to go 95 yards, onside kick it, go whatever, 60 yards, onside kick it, score again in a minute and 13, and they got to get the 2-point conversions all 3 times. If they do that, they still lose the game. So they got to do that. They got to do that 4 times if they're going to win this football game in the last 1:13. So here we go. Lloyd now has everybody out there. He's ready for the snap. Gonzalez off his right hip. Here's the snap. Rolling, passing from the end zone. It's incomplete as he goes down in the end zone. Intended for Anderson. Well short, 2nd and 10. So Lloyd's very first pass of the game, very first pass of his high school career that I know of, goes 80 yards for a touchdown. And since then, he hasn't been horrible. He's had a couple other incompletions, but for the most part, been under a lot of pressure and quite often just throwing the ball away.
I'm sure he'll have a lot to look at when he watches this game film and prepare for the next week.
And this is about growth. You just got to win the district to advance to the playoffs, and that's going to be tough with Westside playing as well as they are. Firth getting absolutely stomped tonight, 48-0 Westside. Big score there. Man in motion. Lloyd pitches it to the motion man. That is Stonehouse. He cuts it up, makes a man miss. Good play. Gets it out at the 10, gain of 5.
Stonehouse takes the pitch out to the 10-yard line.
Decent little gain there. Stonehouse made a nifty move in the backfield. Makes first man miss.
Yep.
So next week we are in Lyman. 2 o'clock kickoff. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's not even going to seem right.
Did you keep saying that so I don't miss that one, or
so my listeners, our loyal viewers and listeners don't miss it. The JV game is here on Thursday, and then the varsity game is at Lyman on Friday at 2 o'clock. And that's the next action for the Bear Lake Bears, as they got some rebuilding to do. 20 seconds left as Lloyd takes the snap, back to pass. He's in trouble. He's got to get it out of the end zone and get rid of it. He throws it away out of bounds. He's hit after the throw. It's incomplete. And that means we'll have to have one more play. It is 4th down. 10 seconds left. As Lloyd, lucky to get that one away, lucky to get it past the line of scrimmage to avoid the intentional grounding. Or it would have been a safety. So 10 seconds left. You got a play that takes 10 seconds?
Well,
because you don't want to
not the position they're in.
You don't want to. Oh, Toby's going to punt. That's what you do to take off 10 seconds. Is you punt it
and let them have the final play, and that's that.
And in fact, if they don't down it, somebody's still not out there. They're short a player. And we're running.
It's unfortunate. They played a really clean game most of the game, and
this last possession hasn't been pretty.
Hasn't been good.
But Flake gets the snap, gets the punt high, end over end. It's going to be short. It's going to roll out to the 36-yard line, and that'll end the game. Bear Lake Bears lose their opener and end their winning streak. And they lose to North Fremont, the last team to beat them again. 28-6 is your final score here from Bear Lake High School. First quarter was great, 6-6. Second quarter was all North Fremont. They outscored the Bear Lake Bears 16-0 in the second quarter.
Yep. Third quarter, thought it was going to be pretty good.
Yeah, 0-0.
0-0. A couple mistakes on the Bears side, and
then the game ends with North Fremont getting a 1 touchdown in the fourth quarter. So after the Bears get the 80-yard touchdown reception to Toby Flake, about the only other highlight after that was Bryson Crane's 35-yard reception. Crane had a good game overall.
I'd say, I mean, on both sides of the ball, right? I mean, he made some key stops in the third quarter and then one in the fourth. And then on offense, too, as you were talking about, some of his receptions. He had a really good game.
Rhett Lloyd had a decent game. His first game of quarterback. Saw some good things. He was under pressure a lot. Did have the 1 interception, but he had the 1 touchdown pass and the 1 long reception other than that. And so, decent game for him. Toby Flake had that long touchdown and had some other good plays. Young team, we knew there was going to be some growing pains. This was a tough loss to start the season. Next week, the Bear Lake Bears go to Lyman, Wyoming, and try to get back on the winning track. First half, time of possession was the key. Bear Lake had 1 first down in that first half because they only ran 9 plays. When you only run 9 plays, you're not going to be able to do a lot. And so that was the key to the game. Any final thoughts over there, Nate?
Honestly, I think you hit it right on the head. It's not time to hit the panic button. This is just a young, inexperienced team. There was going to be growing pains. There was going to be some question marks. Relatively new offense. New all across the board. So I don't want to. I mean, there were a lot of growing pains, but I think we'll work through it and go into Lyman with a fresh restart, and we'll go from there.
All right, we'll be with you from Lyman. Tyler, your last thoughts.
I agree with Nate 100%. I think that they're going to have a lot to reflect on in practice, but they have goal. They can have a clear vision and clear goals that they can set on what they need to do better to come out and give it to Lyman.
And fortunately, you're not going to see this kind of offense next week against Lyman. We will see it again.
Yep.
Aberdeen runs it. Firth runs it. So we will see it again, but we won't see it next week at Lyman. Some other. There were some positives. I want to say this game was all negative. Martin Gonzalez had his first varsity action. He showed that he's got some breakaway potential. He avoided some tackles, did some good things. So look for good things from Martin. Obviously, Toby and Bryson, we got what we expected out of them. They played well. And hopefully going forward, we can work out as a team, work out some of the kinks. So that's going to do it for us on a opening night that didn't go the way the Bear Lake Bears would have liked it. They lose by a final score of 28-6. So for Lisa back in the studio, Ray, our awesome cameraman that came on board this year, our wonderful producer, the great Nate Matthews. This is
Nate Matthews,
Tyler,
and Jared Hillier saying good night, everybody.